بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله. حي على الصلاة. حي على الصلاة. حي على الفلاح. حي على الفلاح. الله أكبر، الله أكبر. لا إله إلا الله.
أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله. أما بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. The title of today's khutbah is Jews of Madina and Shamima Begum and others. And I start with chapter 2, verse 84 of the Holy Quran. وَإِذْ أَخَذْنَا مِيثَاقَكُمْ لَا تَسْفِكُونَ دِمَاءَكُمْ وَلَا تُخْرِجُونَ أَنفُسَكُمْ مِنْ دِيَارِكُمْ ثُمَّ أَقْرَرْتُمْ وَأَنْتُمْ تَشْهَدُونَ. And when we made a covenant with you, you shall not shed your blood, nor turn your people out of your cities. Then you promised, and you bore witness. And the previous verse speaks of, and when we made a covenant with the children of Israel, And this one is speaking of the treaty, the covenant, the promise between the Muslims and the Jews and other people of Medina. The next one is chapter 5, verse 65. وَلَوْ أَنَّ أَهْلَ الْكِتَابِ آمَنُوا وَاتَّقَوْا لَكَفَّرْنَا عَنْهُمْ سَيِّئَاتِهِمْ وَلَأَدْخَلْنَاهُمْ جَنَّةِ النَّعِيمِ. And if the people of the book had believed and kept their duty, we would certainly have removed from them their evils and made them enter gardens of bliss. And the last one is chapter 33, verse 26. وَأَنزَلَ الَّذِينَ ظَاهَرُوهُم مِّنْ أَهْلِ الْكِتَابِ مِنْ خَيَاطِيهِمْ وَقَذَفَ فِي قُلُوبِهِ فَرِيقًا تَقْتُلُونَ وَتَعْصِرُونَ فَرِيقًا. And he drove down those of the people of the book who backed them from their fortress, and he cast awe in their hearts. Some you killed, and you took captive some others. Sadaqallahu al-aliyyul azim. And to set a background, I want to see what happened when the Holy Prophet Muhammad arrived in Medina, and I want to compare the circumstances there with what happens with some British girls. One of them was called Shamima Begum, and there are others. There's one called Nicola something or other. I don't know if anyone can remember her name. And they went to Syria and they fought against the Americans and the British, etc. So let us see what happened when the Holy Prophet arrived in Medina. The first thing the Holy Prophet did was to establish what's known as Mithaq in Medina. And it's also known as the Constitution of Medina. And in that, he said that everyone living in Medina, because it wasn't just Muslims and Jews. There were three tribes of Jews: Banu Hunak, Homuka, and Banu Nadar, and Banu Qurayza. And there were others. So what this constitution did was it secured equal rights for everyone living in Medina, for Jews and Muslims, as long as they were loyal to the state that was being created. And later, when it was found that the Jewish tribes had committed treason, yes, that's what they had done. They had committed treason. When Medina was attacked, when Muslims were attacked, they took the sides of the invaders and attackers. And then they were exiled, or some people say that one of the tribes were executed, but this is not reliable, because that story is based on Jewish sources. Now let's see. I want to read out some of the articles of this Constitution of Medina. It may be that this is the first written constitution in the world. Previously, whoever the ruler was, whoever the king was, whatever he said was the law of the land. But anyway, the constitution starts, in the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful. Number one, this is the script of Muhammad, the Prophet and Messenger, and it's effected between the faithful and the followers of Islam from among the Quraysh and all people of Medina, and those who may be under them. So not just people living in Medina, but also those who might be under their protection or have some kind of a contract or treaty with them, or may join them and take part in wars in their country. Now listen to this. People talk about secularism and being secular and so on. This is what the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said. They shall constitute, this is people living in Medina, this is Muslims and Christians and Jews and idol worshippers. They shall constitute a separate ummah as distinguished from all the people, as distinguished from the rest of the people of the world. So the Holy Prophet is saying that people living in and around Medina are one ummah, regardless of their faith. They shall constitute a separate political ummah as distinguished from all the people of the world. And then there are some specific articles about specific tribes, Banu Auf and Banu Saida and so on. And so the treaty goes on, and people of Banu Nabit will do this, and so on and so forth. And then we come to article number 15. The protection of Allah is one. Protection of Allah is one. They are all under Allah's protection, whoever they are, whatever their religion. The least of them, that is the believers, is entitled to grant protection that is binding for all of them. The believers are each other's allies to the exclusion of other people. And those who will obey us among the Jews will have help and equality. Listen to the word, help and equality. Neither shall they be oppressed, nor will any help be given against them. And the peace of the believers shall be one. If there be any war in the way of God, no believer shall be under any peace with the enemy apart from other believers, unless this peace be the same and equally binding on all. And then there are other conditions, and all those detachments that will fight on our side will be relieved by turns, and the believers as a body shall take blood vengeance in the way of God, and so on. And then we carry on. And we have 37, Article 37, 37b. And if anyone fights against the people of this code, That is, people signing this treaty. And if anyone fights against the people of this code, their mutual help shall come into operation. That is, if the Jews are attacked, Muslims will defend them. If Muslims are attacked, Jews will defend them. And there shall be friendly counsel and sincere behavior between them, and faithfulness, and no breach of this treaty. So this is 37. Article 44. And they, that is, Jews and Muslims, shall have each other's help in the event of anyone invading Yathrib. Remember, Medina simply means city. And its original name was Yathrib. And if they, that is the Jews, 45a, and if they, that is Jews, are invited to any peace, they also shall offer peace and shall be a party to it. And if they invite the believers to some of such affairs, it shall be Muslims' duty as well to reciprocate the dealings, excepting that anyone makes a religious war. And B, on every group shall rest the responsibility of repulsing the enemy from the place which faces its part of the city. And Article 47, and this prescript shall not be of any avail to any oppressor or the breaker of the covenant. And one shall have security whether one goes out to a campaign or remains in Medina, or else it will be an oppression and breach of this covenant. And God is the protector of him who performs the obligations with faithfulness and care, as also his messenger. So, it is admitted that Jews broke this covenant. When Medina was attacked by the Quraysh at the time of Badr and Uhud, then they sided, sometimes openly, sometimes by providing information, etc. William Muir, a critic of Islam, says, it was agreed that Banu Qurayza would assist the Quraysh. That is, that despite the treaty, these people agreed with the Quraysh that they will support them when the Quraysh attack Medina. And so they were expelled. There was a very serious battle known as the Battle of the Trench in 627, when Muslims were in great difficulties and they had to dig a huge trench around Medina to protect it, because they were in no position to go out and fight, because they were outnumbered. They were attacked by an army of, I think, 40,000 or something like that. And according to what? Again, not a Muslim, but a critic of Islam. Though Qurayza does not appear to have committed any overt hostile act and been overtly correct in their behavior, they had most likely been involved in negotiations with the enemy. Marco Scholler, another one, says, disagrees with this, and he says Banu Qurayza were openly and actively supporting Meccans and so on. And it is said that when Meccans eventually retreated because they could not breach the trench, the Holy Prophet then attacked Khaybar, and Banu Qurayza were defeated. Some say that the Holy Prophet asked what should be done with them, and they asked for an arbiter. And the arbiter that they appointed said that they should be executed, and some 600 men were executed. But I reject this explanation because we find first mention of this in written many years later. I think it was, have I got the name? That the person who wrote this explanation, I think it was Ibn Ishaq, that he went to the Jews and got most of the details of the incident from the Jews. And I would suggest that much of this is made up. And they were probably expelled like the other two tribes. Now, having gone through the treaty that the Holy Prophet Muhammad made, let us come to the British and the American law of nationality. You acquire British nationality either by being born into British parents or American parents, or if you live in the UK for long enough. Now, if your parents are British, it's automatically assumed that you have all the rights of being a British citizen, but also all the responsibilities. And what those responsibilities are set out in the oath that you have to take if you become a British citizen based on the length of your stay in the UK. You have to swear an oath on the Holy Quran that you will be loyal to the British state, you will be loyal to the crown, and you will obey the Queen's orders and commands and instructions, whatever they may be. Whatever they may be. You're doing this now. What was different that the Holy Prophet did? He said to people, read the terms of the treaty. You will all be equal as long as you're loyal to the state. It's the same oath that you have to take when you get the British nationality or American nationality or whatever. What is correct for you politically, why is that wrong for the Holy Prophet Muhammad? Can someone please explain that to me? Some lawyer, some barrister, some politician. And 1500 years later, Shamima Begum and some of her friends, they breached these rules. They went to Syria. They joined enemies of Britain, well, Britain and USA, but let's say Britain only. And what did the British government do? Deprived them of their nationality and said, we're not going to allow you back into the UK. You are a threat to our security. Why is it wrong if the Holy Prophet Muhammad ﷺ does exactly the same thing to Jews of Madina 1500 years ago? Why is that something bad and what you do is something that is okay? Oh, it's in the national interest. Wasn't it in the Muslims' national interest that when they are attacked at Badr and Uhud, that they should feel secure, that the other residents of Madina are not conniving with the enemy to stab them in the back? What is the difference? Please explain the difference to me. When a person applies for British nationality here, you refuse to give him nationality because you say it's not conducive to public good. And you deport him and send him to country X, Y, or Z. If a person has British nationality, but he's come from another country, and he breaks the law, like Shamima Begum, you can deprive them of British nationality and you can deport them. It's okay for you to do it, but if the Holy Prophet Muhammad says that it's not conducive to public good, the words of your own law, but if the Holy Prophet Muhammad says it's not conducive to public good and public order to keep these people in my country, I want to expel them, then why is he guilty of some crime? Why do you sing and dance and create such fuss? Explain this to me. Please, someone explain this to me. Some lawyer. There are two sitting in front of me here. Some barrister, some judge, some politician, a member of the government. Please come explain this to me. It's all right for you to expel people, but it's wrong for the Holy Prophet Muhammad. What do you do to your spies? What do you do to your spies? You try them and you used to kill them, execute them. Didn't you? Treason is still an offense punishable by death. The only offense punishable by death is treason in this country. But if people commit treason against the Holy Prophet Muhammad, that's okay. Why can't he execute them? If you can execute people for treason, why can't he execute people for treason? We are not asking for any favors from you. All we're asking for is an equal playing field. Nothing more. Please answer my questions. If it's okay for you 1500 years later to deprive Shamima Begum of her British nationality and stop her from coming to the UK and other girls as well, please explain to me why it was wrong for the Holy Prophet Muhammad to do exactly what you do now. It will add to my knowledge and I would be grateful. But I know you won't, because you can't. Barakallahu lana wa lakum fil Qur'anil azim wa nafa'ana wa iyyakum bil ayati wa zikril hakim innahu ta'ala jawadun kareemun malikun marufur rahim. Sorry, I got a sore throat through all the shouting. My wife usually asks me after the khutbah why I have to shout. Alhamdulillah, nahmaduhu wa nasta'inuhu wa nastaghfiruhu wa nu'minu bihi wa natawakkalu alayhi wa na'udhu billahi min shururi anfusina wa min sayyiati a'malina man yahdihillahu fala mudilla lahu wa man yudlilhu fala hadiya lahu wa ashhadu an la ilaha illallah wa ashhadu anna Muhammadan abduhu wa rasuluh. Allahumma salli ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammadin kama sallaita ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka Hamidum Majid. Allahumma barik ala Muhammadin wa ala ali Muhammadin kama barakta ala Ibrahim wa ala ali Ibrahim innaka Hamidum Majid. Allahumma ansur man nasara dina Muhammadin sallallahu alayhi wa sallam waj'alna minhum. Waqtul man khazala dina Muhammadin sallallahu alayhi wa sallam wa la taj'alna minhum. इबादल्लाह रहमुकुमुल्लाह इन्नल्लाहा यामुरु बिल अदलि वल इहसानि व इताइ ज़िल कुर्बा व यनहा अनिल फ़हशाइ वल मुनकरि वल बग़yi यइज़ुकुम लअल्लकुम तज़क्करून उज़्कुरुल्लाह यज़्कुरकुम वदऊहु यस्तजिब लकुम व लज़िक्रुल्लाहि अकबर वल्लाहु यअलमु मा तस्नऊन. Straight lines. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, ashhadu anna Muhammadar Rasulullah. Hayya ala salah, hayya ala falah, qad qamatis salat, qad qamatis salah. Allahu Akbar, la ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghairil maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin. Amin. Qul huwallahu ahad, Allahu samad, lam yalid wa lam yulad wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. Allahu Akbar. Sami'allahu liman hamidah.
Rabbana
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghairil maghdubi 'alaihim waladdallin.
Amin.
Qul a'udzu birabbin nas, malikin nas, ilahin nas, min syarril waswasil khannas, allazi yuwaswisu fi sudurin nas, minal jinnati wan nas. Allahu Akbar. Sami'allahu liman hamidah.
Rabbana lakal hamd.
Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Thank you for joining us for our Friday service. Our next broadcast is tomorrow at 2 p.m. On a WhatsApp group called Pure Discussions, when we'll be going through some extracts from Tazkiratul Awliya. And then, of course, after that, on Monday at 7 p.m. UK time, Tadabbarul Quran, which is in Urdu, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and reflections on the Holy Quran, which is at 7:40 again on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Sometimes we have to change the time if something else comes up at that time. But these are the normal times for these broadcasts. So until we meet again, I leave you with the prayer that whoever you are and wherever you may be, may Allah keep all of you safe and sound and free from harm. Assalamu alaikum, Khuda Hafiz, and goodbye.